Ah, thank God for this job. Oh. Make I go check wetin dey inside my letter. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ah, 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 ah. Ẹ gbà mí. Irú kàtìkàtì wo lélẹ̀? Na the same job responsibility wey I dey do for Lagos now. Wey dey pay me 300,000. Now I wan come do for Abeokuta, they go pay me 150. How come? Ah, no. I no go fit take this one. Is it because na Abeokuta I dey ni abi wetin? Ah, no. Make I call the HR. I no go fit take this work. I no go fit take am. Make I run go Lagos back. Hello?
Hello, welcome again to Leapward's channel where we find enterprise solutions and your favorite program, HR Tackles. HR Tackles is a show that educates, discusses and debates everything related to employment, labor and human resource practices from different perspectives. We usually have people that talk from different perspectives so that at the end of the day we find a middle point. Alright, today we'll be looking at another trending topic. Let me ask you a question. Is it even fair? Should people be paid differently for doing the same thing or being on the same level? AKA wage disparities. And that is what we'll be looking at today. Let me tell you, do you know before we came live on air, it was hot here at behind the scenes. I wish you would have been part of what was going on here. So, when we talk about wage disparities, what do we talk about? It could be from different points of view. My guest will shed more light on that, People look at it from gender disparity based, from geographical location. It could be different areas, so we look at that. So a study done by PayScale in 2021 this year revealed that for every dollar earned by the male counterpart, the female counterpart earned 0.82 of that. That is 82 cents, 82% of that. So there is a disparity. Do you know that this discussion is so serious that there's a day dedicated annually for equal pay? March 24th of every year is called and dedicated to equal pay. So you can follow discussions in that trend every year as we look at that. With me today on the show to discuss and debate this topic, I have Mr. Benga Sonia. And he calls himself the employee advocate. So employees out there is an advocate. And I have Ms. Sheyi Oladumiye, an HR practitioner. I have to say that on this show, we don't have a fixed position. We're just going to be looking at those topics. And at the end of the day, we can have a common ground. So nobody has a particular fixed position. So no hard feelings at the end of the day for any particular person on the show, please. Just for us to know. So I start. Maybe we're just saying, maybe pay scale and others are just, is there really wage disparity? Is there anything like that? Ms. Sheyi?
Yes, I think there's wage disparity. It's more, so I don't think it's really a problem. It's more of just a concern of employees. So I think it's a concern that needs to be addressed.
So it's real. That's what you're saying.
Real.
Okay, so what areas do we have or experience wage disparity?
There are different types, like you said before. Location, gender, employment sector. People in different employments have different pay, or at least get different pay. Also, you have people on the same level that with similar qualifications that are paid different. So yeah, it is a problem. It is real.
Okay, it is real. Mr. Benga, is it a problem from the employee's perspective? Is it really a problem?
Yes, I think it's a problem because recently I observed that California has passed a law that requires employers to file equal pay annually. There are some other states also who are also following this path. So that means it's actually a problem that needs to be addressed and looked into.
Why is it a problem, though?
Okay, if you look at it this way, you have two people in the same organization doing the same job, carrying out the same duties and responsibility, but at the end of the day, you discover that one is earning more than the other. That's wage disparity. And one thing we need to understand here is that pay actually drives financial performance, efficiency, and also productivity. So the other employee may actually have problem with with the wage disparity, this discrepancy in the salary. So there's need for the organization to address that issue if they really want to get the best out of the other employer.
Okay, that's interesting to know. So just to say that today, we know there are different dimensions to age disparity, but we're looking at people working in the same organization. So we'll be looking at a localized dimension. When people work in the same organization, but they earn different amounts. Ms. Oladuneye, why do you people, you HR people, you know about this? Why is it that we have such a thing happening? What are the reasons for age disparity? How did we get here?
Okay. I think first of all, let's look at it in a sort of wholesome way. I think when people hear it, they get emotional, like, why, they feel like, it's unfair or unjust. But, there are reasons to this wage disparity. You have it's not, all employees are not on the same level of productivity.
Did you hear that?
Okay, they're not on the same level of productivity. Some perform better than others. Others also, maybe they don't have the negotiation power, the negotiating skill to be able to negotiate their pay, when they first start. So I think let's look at it. There's always a history to it. Why someone is earning this and his counterpart is earning that.
So what I understand from your point is that it's possible that can happen in an organization, maybe at the point of negotiating one's pay into that organization. That can cause disparity. It could also be that someone is performing better. So I pay the person better. That's what
I pay the person more.
I pay the person
adding more value.
Okay.
So you have to reward value. I
have to reward value.
Look at it from the other side. The person is saying, "Oh, you're not paying me this much, but how much value are you adding?" Okay. Show us your receipts.
Okay. So, Binga, you heard that. She said that at the point of negotiation. So, it's you didn't negotiate up to that. So, what do you have to say to that?
Okay. I quite agree with you on that. But what I would just like to say is that, at the point of negotiation, the HR can actually help the applicants.
How?
Like, okay, I want to believe that in every organization, there are guidelines and policies when it comes to pay. So you have, like, for example, a graduate training coming into your organization, there is a pay set aside for such a graduate training. And if you have an experienced person coming into your organization, I believe there's a range for each and every position. So at the point of negotiation, I think it will be good if the HR can just come open and just be.
I said this is our range. Our range is between 1 million to 3 million.
No, choose your own. No, not like. No,
something like that.
No, not like, this is our range.
Okay,
no, you can actually make it. Calm down. Okay, guys. So let's hold it. Please just keep it cool there. We come back. Let's quickly go to the streets and hear what other people are saying about this interesting topic.
There shouldn't be differences in wages of the people in the same line, of managerial position.
Let me talk about the location. Like in Lagos, you can't expect the person working in Lagos, the cost of transport and everything and the expenses the person incur. You can't expect the person to be collecting the same salary like a person who works in a more serene area.
Look at, for instance, the other state that pay minimum wage, other states are not able to pay. That's why that Lagos have a more revenue than others. So that as well. So the same thing happen in same people that are in the organization that cannot pay more than what the other people are paying.
It's not fair. There shouldn't be disparity, except that they are not in the same organization.
You understand? So the resources over there, like houses and others, is very cheap. why Lagos is high. That's why. So you can't compare all those things together.
Lagos, now, the hustle and bustle, the rates, the expenses is high. So I'll just say depending on the location.
What is sense in Lagos, you cannot have it in Ibadan. So you can see what they know that house and other things are very cheap there. So why only transport is even knocking down in Lagos?
I think location is one factor.
They should collect the same salary while they're in the same line of in the organization.
Okay, welcome back everyone. You heard that from the street. So let's come back here. Okay, Klinga, so you were saying that HR should, if I understand you, say, we are paying what 3 million. Choose your own. But you said that's not it. Okay.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that okay, you have a pay fix for this particular position based on the experience and then the qualification. So there's nothing wrong in you putting it out there. Okay, this is our pay. So it will even help you, the HR, the recruiters, in this way that you only get those that actually want that that position and that pay and the benefit attached to it.
What if HR already has a budget and you see they also need to manage costs? Do you think there will be something wrong if they can get the best for the lowest amount? Maybe that's why they are also negotiating. They already have a budget which come up at the end of or Miss J. What
yes, exactly. HR also has a budget. HR department has a budget. They have a
so do you think there are justified instances for it and beyond that people really can earn
yes, definitely.
a different amount?
Definitely. For example, let's take different locations. Same organization, different locations. Each location has unique attributes. What you want to do is basically to compensate, if you will, for the unique attributes of one place as opposed to the other, so that you're keeping people on the same
job performance. Interesting. Well, if we say so, I hear different points: negotiation, cost, budget, performance. So, looking at this, guys, on the show, we just try to introduce a topic. We continue from the conversation online. So it's going to be hotter online, and that's where we take it from there. As we round up now, okay, I would like us to see, can we really have a common ground? Can we really have a common ground? From your point. So HR said, sometimes we have a budget and we want to get the best. And if I can pay you 1 million for doing my job well, why do I need to pay you 2 million? If someone else can do the same thing, that saves money for the organization. But he said, no, hey, tell me, let whoever wants to do it, do it. But HR said, hey, and sometimes we need to compensate for some vacation like this. So do you think is there any place you found a middle point, or what recommendation would you make?
Okay, my recommendation will be okay. Maybe when it comes to salary, pay, then the HR or each and every organization should be open to the applicants. Let them know, okay, this is what we can pay for this position.
Without negotiating.
There's nothing wrong even putting it out there in the first place. Okay, if you're applying for this position, this is what you are getting. So I think by doing that, it will even help a lot in the recruitment process.
Okay, but why don't we look at it like this? Maybe it would be better if we have like a fixed pay and then we introduce performance pay. I think that might actually solve the problem. It will be we can distinguish those who are performing and those who are not performing well. Because I think, most people feel like, I should have everything, I should have this, but they don't want to put in the work. So what reward is it for an employee who does good? Is paid the same as an employee who doesn't put in any effort. So I think really it's important that we have a fixed pay, and then we have performance pay, so we can encourage even people to be more productive. So I think that might be a middle ground thing. So.
Okay,
I agree with you. I think we can also look at it from this angle. Okay, why don't we have the salary fixed? We are doing the same job, carrying out the same duties and responsibility within the same organization. We are earning the same salary, but bonuses differs. based on your performance and skills.
I think that's exactly what you just said now.
Yes, so that's I think
That's
that
the
would be
big point.
yes,
Yeah,
that
that's the
should
big
be
point.
that should be okay. So you will know, okay, we are earning the same salary, but what the value that I am adding, gets me these bonuses. So I think that will be okay.
Thank you so much, my guest. And I think it all comes back again to structure in business.
Yes.
We advocate for structures and systems. So if there is a system in place that has a great system, a salary structure, people will know that people on this salary. And I know that if I do well, I can be promoted, because there was a case of someone that said, but if I have a manager that is not performing as what I'm doing, but I can't promote you to a manager's level overnight for you to earn what the manager is. But you can get performance. So I think it all boils down to structure. We take the conversation beyond here, so online, so we can continue from there. There are so many messages I have here, and questions and feedback that we'll continue discussing. So, all right, so that's been our show today. It's been a pleasure having Sheyi Oladile and Benga join us on this show. So thank you guys for your time, and of course we take it beyond here. So we encourage you to also go online to follow this conversation, look at the vacancies we have, and what our partners are also doing. So we'd like you to join us next week for another interesting episode. You can follow us on Twitter at LeapWorld.com with what you're seeing on the screen, and for further discourse and vacancies and more. Again, this is the Boss Channel. Enjoy the rest of the day, be value adding, be productive. See you next week, and age disparity. I don't know. Let's go with last week. Wage disparity. I beg your pardon. Wage disparity. Let's think about it. Let's rest on that for now. All right. Bye, everyone.